Hey, this is Jimmy here. This has been definitely been a strange week and a different week for me as I continue the kidney donation journey. Uh, I'll share more in the near future about the whole complete journey, but I just wanted to share with you the fact that I have donated kidney this past week to Raymond. Uh, Raymond and I both went in to Largo Medical Center on the last Tuesday on the 19th, and they got us in there so they could prep us and take a lot of tests, including the COVID-19 test, so that they could make sure that we did not have it before we donated. And of course, the next day, bright and early, they had Raymond down for dialysis, and they had me to remove the kidney, and it was absolutely amazing. When they took out the kidney, the doctor noticed a spot on the kidney, and it was a lymph node or a node, and they wanted to, they cut it off, and they had it tested for cancer, and it was benign, but they wanted to make sure that there was nothing wrong there before they put the kidney into Raymond. So rather than having basically a living donor, it was more like a cadaver donor, because the kidney had to go through removal, had to go through surgery to remove the node, and then had to be put on ice while it was being tested. So it was on ice for about 6 hours before they put it back into Raymond. So it was a long day for the surgeons and for the staff at the Largo Medical Center transplant team. Now, after surgery and everything, I had a problem with the medications, including the pain medications. I got to where I couldn't take any of it, or even the nausea medicine was making me sick. So I mean, I was in bad straits there. But I still came home after 2 days, and after I came home on Friday, and on Sunday morning, bright and early, Mary took me back. I was having problems with diarrhea, problems with throwing up, and as soon as I got there, they immediately started me on IVs, some antibiotics, and they started the process of admitting me. They weren't even going to wait to check for the test. They were just automatically admitting me. Then on Tuesday, after several tests and taking care of some things, I was able to come home on Tuesday afternoon and come home for good. I've been home ever since Tuesday, and I'm getting well enough now to where I'm like most people. I want to get out of here. I do have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, which is a follow-up from the surgery, and I'll see Dr. Mohammed and the rest of the staff at Largo Medical Center transplant team, and hopefully they'll give me an okay to start doing more things. In the meantime, I've been very blessed. I had already started a class with Fresh Expressions US called Social Media Academy. I'd already finished that, and I started doing a class called Digital Ministry Academy with Fresh Expressions. I had no idea that this was going to be part of what was my recovery, but the classes have been very good, and it gives me something to look forward to and something to do. When I donated kidney, if I hadn't, I just look at God's grace and God's love in all this. If I hadn't done what God asked me to do and donate that kidney, with my lack of insurance and low insurance, there's probably no telling when I would have found out that I'd had cancer on my kidney. But because I was a willing servant, because I said yes, and they were able to do it, then they found that cancer. And I also thought of the fact that, with this COVID-19, it put the surgery off for over a month. And I'm just wondering if they had done the surgery before, if that would have been noticeable, if they would have even noticed that nodule on the kidney, and then they would have transplanted it into Raymond, and then it would have grown there. But because of the timing, always in God's hands. God's always there for us, and He'll always take care of us. It may not be our timing, but it's always in His timing. And to me, that's always the best timing. I ask that you continue to pray for me and for Raymond. The kidney took longer to start working than it was normally anticipated. But I talked to Raymond yesterday, and they were doing some follow-ups, and the kidney is working. They're still doing dialysis to help the kidney along until it gets up to 100%. My kidney that's left is doing remarkable. They say that it's coming along and that it's increasing its productivity, which it'll increase its productivity for up to 30%. So, I mean, God is in this, I believe, without a doubt. But I always love when God shares or lets you know that He's there. In the last room that I had at Largo Medical Center, the last four digits, or the digits of the phone number or the phone extension, was the same numbers as my last four of my Social Security. So to me, that was just God saying, okay, Jimmy, I'm here, don't worry about it. But everything's going well. I'll share more next Saturday. I want to try and start doing this on a regular basis. You'll catch it on my Facebook page, and I'm going to be posting it to some other Facebook pages. But just know that in all this that's going on in 2020, that God, while we wonder where God is, while we want to know where His surroundings, we want to be in church together, we want to be able to worship together, know this: no matter what happens, no matter who's president, no matter what this disease does, God is still on the throne.